kind of are looking at.
I'll run right now and fun.
You guys can interchange mid-possession. You can get Quez down there. Mike down there. Stay for a second, and then as the second goes, you can.
Yeah, Coach always loves when our former guys come back, and we've been lucky that we have some hometown guys that come back in the summer. Michael Bradley, his fiance actually works locally, so he always comes back here. This place has kind of become a second home for him. Guys like Trayvon Faulkner, he only lives a couple hours away. So just, because we've done so much winning here and our guys have done such a great job of, being in the community, it's always great to have them back to see, the current players, and be able to talk to them and teach them and kind of explain to them how their experience was here at NKU.
This is my first time back, actually. I've been since 2024, so, just coming up here, just thinking about all the memories and ups and downs, but, it's good. I'm thankful for Coach DH for inviting me up here to help with the guys, and because, that's what we used to play against. We used to play against guys like that in practice, so.
What do you think of this year's squad? Any thoughts on what you saw out there today?
Yeah, talented. Like you guys were talking about, a lot of length on defense, and that really helps with the defense we play. Where Northern Kentucky plays with, so just very active, physical, and so I like what I see so far.
Jalen's a big boy, man. He's a really good player. He was a great player here at NKU. It's funny how current guys don't really understand that difference from being, a few years removed from college and actually being in your early stages of college, just the strength and the knowledge of the game that you have. Jalen is currently retired from playing overseas, but you could still see like how much better he is than probably when he was in college, just because of the age and all the reps that he's gotten playing against other professionals. So, Jalen's a load, man. He was taking it to our guys in practice, and I think those guys, respect it for that and are able to then after, in dead time in practices or after practices, talk to him, and he can give those guys a few pointers.
Anytime they want me here, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely coming. See, it wasn't even a thought, really. I want to make sure we start to do a little bit more of it, just so it's not like a lot of the former guys don't remember, like, even like further back. So it's like, it's definitely imperative that we come back, whether it's during the season or even in the off season, just play or just support the team.
It was really fun to have the vets back, and super appreciative of them for doing that, because it just means that they, care about the program, giving back to us. But it was super fun. They challenged us on the court, and grateful for that experience.
What was it like guarding Jalen Phillips?
Guarding Jalen Phillips is not an easy task. He's a big dude, super skilled. Definitely challenged me on the court. So yeah, shout out to him.
Hey guys, real talk for a second. First of all, I really appreciate the guys. I know you guys know most of it. I don't know if everybody's met Jalen. Jalen, not a good player. You're a great player. Still get paid to play. And just real talk. Why, without looking like it was that much effort, were they kicking down? Or how was that? Smart. I understand the game. They know how to play. Right? They're more physical. Right? That's where we got to keep going. We got to get tougher. We got to get in better shape. We got to get stronger in the weight room. Okay, we got to get more mentally tough. We got to keep building our identity. All right, part of that is not just playing hard, right? Play smart, right? Being able to see stuff, right? Stuff as simple as outlet same place every time. Defensively, spring back every time, right? Those are the areas that we got to really grow in. We do that, right? Well, you guys can be like these guys all day. Make sure you thank them for coming. They're a great job. Really appreciate you. Here we go. Take care of your body. Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 together.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love for the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Player interviews for the Darrin Horn Show are provided by Penn Station.
My thoughts on being a senior, I mean, it's rare in today's day, but I'm super thankful to be in this program for 4 years. I wouldn't have it any other way, and so, yeah, just super thankful on being able to be a senior here.
I think LJ's biggest strength is, the best basketball advice I ever got was from a high school coach. He said, if you can play, you can play. That sounds pretty simple, but LJ can really play. You can throw him out there. He's a basketball player, right? Obviously, 6'8", has good athleticism, but there's really no facet of the game that he can't do, and he impacts the game in a lot of different ways. And, I think the challenge for him is we've seen those double-double nights where it's like, wow, this guy is, all-time great good. But then we've seen those nights where there's a couple buckets and 1 or 2 rebounds. And so I think the strength is how much he can impact. And I think the challenge is, can you do that consistently every night when counted on? Because again, there's a big difference going from being the second or third or fourth or further guy on the scouting report and being 1 or 2. And I think a lot of our guys learned that last year and gained an even greater respect for what Marquez Work went through when he was here as clearly number one on the scouting report, but if you laced up his shoes, he got you 15 or more.
Open throws. They can't guard. I got you. He has to touch the rock.
Yeah, being a go-to guy is not something I'm necessarily used to in my 4 years here, but I'm just kind of developing into that role. I don't like to be a selfish person like that, but I do like to win. And so if that's what needs to happen, then I'm okay with that. I think I've grown the most in being an effort guy and having a high motor. I think that's the biggest area that I've grown, and also, you know, becoming more of a leader as well.
I think Dan's biggest strength is this. It's two things really, and they go together. One is just his talent level. I'm not so sure he's not the most just God-given talented guy that we've had since we've been here. At 6'5", super athletic, he's got some real pop to his game and an ability to separate. He can really score the ball, at multiple levels. But I think his other great strength is he really wants to be good. Now, learning how to do that, learning what's most important for him to be good, being able to focus on that daily, those are all things that he's got to continue to grow in. But I think what's so exciting about Dan is the talent is there, and maybe just as important, if not more important, the drive is there in order to make the most of that talent. And, we've seen that this summer and how he's worked and how he's approached. And I will say this about Dan Goresger. He was coached as hard last year as anybody we've had in our program since I've been here, and he never batted an eye, man. He just kept coming back and putting in the work and sticking with it. And so I have a ton of respect for him and his approach as a player and a person.
Last season was definitely a journey, but I always tell people, like when they ask me, it was probably one of the best basketball years of my life. Like I felt like I learned a lot. And like the journey that happened, like it was kind of needed. I think that I learned a lot about myself as a player. Like I've always been a very skilled and talented player, but I think when you're playing at such a high level, there's so much more that comes into it, right? It's a lot of the mental part, and I think mentally I matured so much last year. Like I did feel pretty validated when things started going my way. I would say that when I came here, I knew like I could play at this level, and I think that when things were kind of going bad for me and I was in a run, I never really went through that before. So there was some doubt about, oh man, like this is hard, or oh man, like maybe I'm not cut out for this. But like I just kept my head down. I tried not to think about it. And when things started working out the way they did, and I kind of just stopped judging myself based off my performance, naturally things went well and it felt good. And people congratulated me and it was great. I wasn't used to being coached as hard as I've been coached before. And I was just very appreciative of the fact that Coach Horn still believed in me, still gave me opportunities. And I think that kind of gave me the confidence to just keep going when things weren't going my way. And then I think when it mattered most, like I stepped up and I grew a lot mentally. And when it was time to, turn it on, I turned it on. And I feel like that definitely was a depiction of who I am as a player, but also how I grew as a person. The transfer portal was a little bit different for me. I was only in the transfer portal for like 3 or 4 days. And to be honest, I wasn't really wholeheartedly in it. Like, I feel like that was kind of a rush decision for me. And when I went in, I didn't even post anything on social media myself. I didn't post about me leaving or me wanting to leave. I didn't reach out to coaches. So it was actually pretty quiet. It was under the radar. And honestly, during the time that I was in the portal, I was still figuring out if I wanted to be in the portal. And I ended up I talked to, people that I trusted and I thought about it. And I came to the conclusion that I wanted to stay another year, and I talked to Coach Horn about it. I asked him if he would give me another shot at coming back, and he gave me the time to think about it and then make that decision. And thankfully, my players my teammates all took me back and with welcoming arms. So the transfer portal was more of like a thinking process than like me trying to weigh out my options. I never really weighed out my options. Obviously, schools reached out, but I never really went deep into thinking about going somewhere else. It was more about like, what was the best decision for my career after college, and I believe it was to stay here.
So it's basically, I learned for not letting it go middle, so we just came back.
What's the significance of returning LJ and Dan?
I think it's big, right? You talk about having 9 new guys, and then you look around, let's just say our league specifically, because at the end of the day, my philosophy is 3 days in March. How are we the best team in our league when it matters most? And so many people in our league have literally brand new rosters, 7, 8, 9 new guys. So I'm not sure you really know what everybody else has. And for us to return 2 starters, guys that, we think when they're at their best, and that's a big challenge, and something we're really challenging them on is, can you play with that level of consistency, this year? But when they're at their best, they're as good at what they do as anybody in our league. And so to be returning 2 guys of that caliber, that I think have shown what's really exciting is have shown a real embracing of stepping into a more important role and taking on the challenge of being more consistent and playing their best and helping other guys come along as well. And it's been really exciting to see.
At Barleycorns, we create an atmosphere you'll love for the experiences you'll remember. From special celebrations and laughter with family, to electrifying games and victory laps with friends. We help add that extra sizzle to your new favorite moments. So get over here and enjoy the best scene in town. Barleycorns, your neighborhood sports bar and grill. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
We live with you, build with you, grow up with you, and dream with you. At Central Bank, we belong to the same communities you do. You're our neighbors, friends, and business partners. And through the relationships we build with you every day, we consistently serve you better. That's what highly personal banking is all about. We start with you.
At Penn Station, your ears may hear, and your craving deep inside hears.
Premium meats grilled with fresh sliced veggies, topped with cheese and served melty hot, straight from the oven. You craving what I'm craving?
Earn rewards you crave with Penn Station Rewards. Earn points redeemable for free subs and favorites like fresh cut fries, fresh squeezed lemonade, and more. Penn Station.
Love your sub. Earn rewards you crave.
Three times, high as you can. Here we go. Okay, start. Last one, best one. Violent down, violent up. Here we go. Job, deal. In the coaching business, it's hard first of all, to even pick where you want to go and to be able to come home was great. One of the things I told Coach Horn the first time I met with him was, you know, even though I might not be a NKU Norse fan, I still take a ton of pride in this area. And so like when they were in the tournament, you know, I'm wherever, I'm like, hey, whoever I'm with, hey, those are my guys. You know, that's Cincinnati, that's us right there. And I told him I really wanted to be a part of that and getting this area in Northern Kentucky back into the tournament. Luckily, going to the Final Four helped me a lot with Auburn, because that's where I first met with Coach Horn, and just our conversation went well, and from there came on campus, and it's all been great so far. But right now, it's really building a great base, because popular saying strength coaches like to use is like the wider the pyramid, the taller it can go. So that's what we're thinking right now. Like, we're doing as much as we can, pushing it, so that when we come back in the fall and ultimately into the season, we can see those physical qualities get to the best they can be. There you go, get a little distance, Great stick, great stick. Perfect sticks, perfect sticks. Time, relax. They've been great to work with. You know, we have a bunch of guys coming from lower levels, whether it be high school, NAIA, D2, whatever it is. And so this might be the first time they've experienced something like this. And what I love, what I've seen from them, is they fully embrace it. They ask a ton of questions, and they really push themselves in here. That's really made this group fun to work with.
Working in the location where you grew up, where you're from, is awesome, man. It's and I've been at other great cities, you know, Austin, Texas, Richmond, Virginia, Annapolis, Maryland. They're all great places across the country, but going, you know, working in a place where you don't have to use a GPS, where you know exactly where you're going. You have friends here, you have connections, you know, in the city. It's a great feeling. So I know Max is pumped. We've talked about it before, just being able to work in the place where, you know where you can get a good bite to eat. Like, you don't have to ask people. In fact, you're the one that's giving the advice. Even though this is his first year with us, he can give advice to other people and the players on, hey, these are the cool places to go in the area. These are nice places to eat, and so forth. So it definitely creates another level of comfort that you can gain, that you might not have if you go to you know, it's already a new job, which is new, but also a new job in a new city. So I think that's really helped him. And I know it helped me when I made the move over here. No, Coach Horn wants the whole staff in there, in the weight room. Those guys got to know that we're all in it together. So, you know, we're in there, either we're lifting a little bit on our own, or we're helping Max out with stuff and cheering those guys on. But the weight room is obviously something that's necessary, and those guys need to understand that the weight room is another area that translates to basketball. So we can't just be basketball coaches and in the weight room we're not existent. They need to know that those two coexist. So that's the main reason why we're in there, is they got to understand that, hey, even though we're basketball coaches, we're, you know, Max is part of the basketball staff. This is another area that you'll become a better basketball player in.
You know, that's part of the reason why I took the job. When I came for my interview, when I got on campus, I felt comfortable with the staff, and we built a rapport and a rhythm and a sort of, you know, I know what they're going to do, they know what I'm going to do, and communication really fast. And so it's been nothing but perfect working with them. Anybody got anything?
Good practice.
Eat something, eat something, eat something. Good, send us out.
Grateful on three. 1, 2, 3.
Grateful.
Hey.